Welcome to Holly's Handstands. This is my daughter Nev. She's going to be the handstand student of the day. The first thing that I want Nev to do for you guys is just to, without any instruction, put her hands down and come up into a handstand so we can just gauge where she's at right now. Great. Go ahead and do it one more time. Okay, and then this time I'm gonna hold her at her peak, and we're gonna talk about the things that we wanna first look at and sort of fix along the way or correct. So go ahead and come back up, just normal. Don't adjust anything. Stay, nope, nope, nope. Keep that leg down, bent like it was. And just stay here for just a second. Okay, I want you to notice that her gaze is about right there. I want you to notice that right here, there's a little bit of a dip in between the shoulder blades. We see this curve at the back and especially at the low back. And then we see that her hips are moving anteriorly, so they're doing more of a tilt than a tuck. We're gonna let her come down because it's a lot of work even just to stay just like that. So here's what we're gonna adjust first. We're gonna adjust her scapular thoracic region. So where she needed the most major adjustment was right here at the shoulder blades. And once we change that from being this little dip here in the shoulder blades to being rounded, it's gonna straighten out this region and make a better connection between the shoulders and the torso. From there, we'll go down to the rib cage. This adjustment should automatically affect here. So then we'll go down to the rib cage and make sure that we have that kidney loop, which means that we're moving and knitting the ribs in towards the center. That's going to reverberate to the low spine as well. And our goal here is to take out the hyperflexibility, hypermobility of the low spine. So then we're going to create more of a tuck than that anterior tilt. We want that posterior tilt because that engages the hips and sets them versus being loose and tilted, and then we get this little teeter-totter action in the hips. The legs become unstable, and then we start to see that sort of teeter-totter action before you fall out of a handstand. Let's adjust those things. So go ahead and come back up into your handstand. Okay, take a deep breath. Come on up. Great. Okay, so tuck these ribs in, belly in, quad to belly, and then press into my finger right here. Drop your head. There you go. Ribs back, belly in, quad to belly. Right there. Press, 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 straight arms, and then come on down. And it's important to always take time, leave time to come on out safely as well. You don't want the ultimate collapse. It's a lot to hold your whole body weight up at once like that. We're gonna switch camera views so you can see how she can utilize the wall to practice that. And this is basically taking 3 cues, using them together to accomplish one goal. The first one is instead of tilting the pelvis, we're gonna posterior tuck the pelvis. The second one is going to be this rib cage flaring forward. We wanna pull it back. And then the third one is to, instead of resting into the rotator cuff and the shoulder girdle, resting in it, like if I was upside down, it'd be like resting in a hammock, we wanna push up and out and spread the shoulder blades. So that abduction or that protraction of the shoulder blades moving away from the spine, it rounds the upper back. All right, so first I'm gonna show Nev at the wall what I want her to adjust. A lot of times when people kick up to the wall, the first thing you're gonna see is this. My gaze is way too far forward. The first thing I need to do is take my gaze back. See how that already changes almost everything about the handstand? Okay, so now my feet, I'm finding the center of balance with my feet overhead, but I'm bypassing the entire core. My core is unincorporated. So gaze back. And now I want to take the hips back. My hands should be just a little bit further here. I want to take the hips back. Notice how now my belly can tuck in and I can knit the ribs as well. And rest that tucked pelvis, not this tilted pelvis, not the glutes to the wall, my tucked pelvis, which knits and tucks the belly. And now if I keep one leg long against the wall, I can tuck the other into my belly. And eventually I can use that heel to kind of push the rest of the body off of the wall. And you get out of that banana back, resting here. See that hammock of the shoulder girdle? Gaze way too far forward. Gaze back, spread the shoulder blades, the tuck that rests the back of the glutes against the wall, quad to belly, and then press the heel in, and that removes the rest of the body from the wall. And then you can start to press into the fingertips to hover the heel off the wall as well. Okay, that's a lot. Let's see what Nev can do. Go ahead and kick up to the wall. Make sure your fingertips are about this far away. Here, about a fist distance away. Maybe right there. Okay, go ahead and kick up. Okay, first she finds the wall. Adjust your gaze here. Okay, now take your butt to the wall. adjust your gaze even more. Pull this back, tuck, tuck. There you go. Now press into your heel. Press into your heel. There you go, right there. Perfect. See if you can hover that other leg off the heel off the wall. Keep everything as is. Reach through those toes. Hang from your toes from the ceiling. And save energy to come down. And that was a great way for her to realize, hey, I can't stay up here anymore. It's detrimental. And then come on down safely. All right, that's our first tutorial for you today. Thank you to my daughter, Nev. And we'll be back to show you more soon.